syntax, and we saw two examples. One was blinking the LED that is already there on the Arduino board. The second one was connecting an LED externally using the breadboard. Okay, so both, if you see, the code is kind of the same, just that where we are connecting the external LED, that pin number alone we changed for the second variation, right? So we will go over some more basics of the Arduino code, and then we will go over some examples after that. Okay, so when we are talking about the basics of the programming language itself, one of the things that you have to keep in mind is the functions. So just like the void setup and void loop, which are pre-written functions in the Arduino library, you can also write your own functions. So in case if you are having multiple subsystems, like if you are connecting a temperature sensor, LED, and probably like a couple of more things together, you can make it all as a function with something that is going to do it again and again. So if whenever you write a function, you can make it in such a way that it returns certain value every time you are calling it. So it can be as simple as just some few integer variables being added together, or some basic math performed together and all that. But this is also an option for us. You don't have to put everything just in the void loop. Okay. Then we have the white spaces like this. Certain programming languages might have issues with the not having the white spaces in between. It might throw an error. Usually with here you don't have to worry about the white spaces as such. Yeah. So the next one is like writing a flow chart. Now you guys have worked on the LED, working with the blinking the LED just now. We have to understand how to write the flow chart. Flow chart is basically a pictorial way of representing what exactly we are trying to write in the code. So a good practice is whenever you are writing a piece of code, always have a flow chart in it. The reason is only then you will understand what is the input, what is the output, how we are going to make the decision. So with just the blinking the LED also, you can write a flow chart out of it. Now in the next example, when we see the sensors integration and all that, we will work with it with respect to the flow charts also. Yeah. Today it's kind of like basic Arduino programming and everything. Tomorrow we will have hands-on sessions on the Elvis board, and more hands-on on the path planning, obstacle avoidance and all that. Yeah. So if you don't worry, like if you think if you don't know Arduino, this is a good chance for you all to learn. If you already know Arduino, you can explore more with help of during this time while you are working on this. Yeah. So we few more basics theory part of the Arduino programming is that we have literals. Literals are kind of like fixed value that will not change through the program when we write. So in case if you assign certain things as like say floating point or integer or character, that's going to remain throughout the as the same. And then we have variables. Variables are nothing but containers where we are going to store the data. So whenever you are writing something like so what is happening here is this is the integer and this is the variable name, okay, and this is the corresponding value. Okay, so variables will help us in storing the data. So whatever you are like naming it, whatever type of value you want to store, you can change the literal value accordingly. Thank you. And we have different data types. We have void, which means it returns no value. So in the program, in the functions we saw void setup and void loop, which means it's not going to return any value as such. It's just going to execute the code that is given within those void setup and void loop. Okay, then we have integers. Integers takes up to 2 bytes of memory, so we can like store as big value as you want over there. We have float. Float has 4 bytes of memory and can have any kind of decimal numbers also over there. Characters are usually in the ASCII format, and usually we store, like in case if you want to print a certain sentence there and all that, you can store it as character. Okay, so boolean is also one of the other data types. Usually we use booleans only for the zeros and ones, because it is a boolean is just zeros and ones, like only two possible values we have. Here also we'll be using that for a certain kind of program where we only want to assign it to zeros and ones. Okay. Then we have arithmetic operators here. So your microcontroller will understand equal to addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulo. Okay, all these types of arithmetic operators it can understand. And the order of operation is, first it will solve for the parenthesis, whatever is within the parenthesis, then multiplication, division, and modulo, then addition and subtraction. Okay, this will make more sense when we are seeing more examples out of this. There are also few shortcuts you can use when you are writing the Arduino program. So instead of writing a equal to a plus 1, you can just put a plus plus, which means it will increment the value of a by 1 every time it goes through that loop. Okay. Similarly, instead of writing a equal to a minus 1, you can just write it as a minus minus. Okay. And so you can also combine the equal to sign along with the addition sign. So instead of writing a equal to a plus 2, you can write a plus equal to 2, which means it will just it's just going to add 2 to the value a. Similarly, you can do the subtraction part also. Okay, and then for the multiplication and division and the modulo part. Okay. We also have the comparison operators. So we have equal to, when you have two equal to signs together, it's going to compare the both the values on either side. If you write means, it's going to compare whether a is equal to b or not. Similarly, we can have less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, or not equal to. Okay. So far, any questions? All good? Was the tea break refreshing? Yeah. So now we'll talk about the conditional statements and loops, because when we are talking about programming your microcontroller for multiple tasks, everything won't be just fitting into that void loop function. We are going to write everything in that, but it cannot be just a sequence of instructions. So to take advantage of the previously existing syntax on the conditional statements and loops, we can do the same thing over here as well. Okay, so to start with, we have if else condition. What it means is, whenever we are writing some conditions to see whether it is true or not, we can use the if else construct. This is a, if else is a condition, it's not a loop. Okay, for while those are the loops, if else is more of a condition. Okay, so we are setting up some statements saying that if this happens, do this. Now I'm giving you all a microcontroller. We are having some LEDs, buzzers, and all these things. What all can we do with the if else construct here? What all can be done with help of if else constructs whenever we are having all these extra hardware? If the lights are on, turn the lights off. But how do we say the lights are on? How do we make the machine understand that the lights are on? Huh. So we can write it in such a way that we can say that if probably the sensor, whatever we are connecting, if the sensor value is, probably we can set up a threshold. We can say that if it is greater than or equal to a certain level, then do this, else don't do it, right? So maybe we can say that if sensor is probably sensor value is probably greater than 5, I'm just throwing the numbers there, right? Then we can say, like he said, we can say that turn off the light or like turn off the light and something like that. Yeah. Now we know how to turn on and off the lights, right? We just saw the digital right example. So it can be as simple as, if the sensor value is of certain threshold, I can say that if the sensor value is less than probably the threshold value, then probably I will write digital write corresponding pin, turn that off, right? Whatever pin we want. Now this pin can be a LED, it can be anything that we want, right? Whenever I'm writing it low, means I'm going to cut the power off for that. So it will, like, if you have connected a buzzer, if you have connected a motor, whatever it is, the power is going to be cut off for that. That's what we are doing this with this, okay? Else, so this is a if condition. So if the sensor value is less than the threshold, probably switch it off. If it goes beyond the threshold, then probably turn it on. It can be vice versa also. I'm just throwing some example here. Yeah. So else, digital right. Similarly, whatever is the pin number we are taking, turn it on. Okay. So you can think of multiple such things where we can, like, just set up with a threshold, right? If you are having a sensing network, if you just want to act on it based upon some threshold value, it can be the lights, it can be the room temperature. You can say that if the room is too hot, turn on the AC, right? You can then say that if probably the temperature sensor value is too hot, is greater than the certain, like say 15 or 20 degrees, then switch on the AC. If not, just switch off the AC. Yeah. Whenever we are having this, when we are directly connecting it to the hardware, be it LED, motor, whatever it is, then it is easy for us to write with a digital write. Yeah. But at times you might just want to print out the data also, right? So in Arduino, just like the way in the microcontroller we can connect with a corresponding display, here we have an option of serial monitor. So in the Tinkercad itself, below you will see the serial monitor option. Okay, what happens in serial monitor is, we are going to access that serial monitor by this baud rate 9600. Okay, as soon as you write serial dot begin 9600, it's going to activate the serial monitor for us. So you can think of this as like virtually having a display over there for your microcontroller. So whatever your function, whatever code you are writing in your microcontroller, you can see the corresponding output in the serial monitor. Okay, so I'm initiating the serial monitor with serial dot begin 9600. Then here in this example, if you see, I'm just printing the statements in the serial monitor. Okay, so you all can try this one as a next step. You don't start a new project in your Tinkercad, and you can just write this one and see how the serial monitor works. It's just a simple example to make sure that you know what happened to the serial monitor. Now here I put everything in the void setup itself. because I just want to run it once. I don't want to keep on going in the loop. Okay, this is also fine. Okay, can you all please try this? I'll just quickly go over the code again. I'm starting with the integer variable a equal to 5 in the beginning. Okay, and then I'm setting it up in such a way that we are initiating the serial monitor with serial dot begin 9600. That's a baud rate. 9600 is a baud rate for the serial monitor. Then in this if else construct, I'm writing it in such a way that if a is less than 10, print the statement that it is less than 10. Else if a is equal to 10, print the statement that it is equal to 10. Else print that it is greater than 10. Okay, you can do as it is, or you can write your own code also. I just want you all to try the if else construct along with the serial monitor. Okay. அது ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா சேவ் ஆயிரும் சார். திரும்ப பண்ணா இதுல எடிட் பண்ணா அப்படியே மாறாது சார், அப்படியே சேவ் ஆயிரும். ஒரு வாட்டி நீங்க டைப் பண்ணி சேவ் ஆயிருமா? அதுவே சேவ் ஆயிரும், ஆட்டோ சேவ். ஓகே, இப்போ நான் எடிட் பண்ணி இதுலயே பண்ணலாம். இதுலயே பண்ணலாம். பட் நீங்க வந்து இது ஒரு ஃபைல் இருக்கறனால இது நீங்க பேக் போயிட்டு புதுசா ஒரு ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுங்க. But is it not readable from there? Aparita, is it possible to just switch off this light? Is it? Just this. Is this better for people at the back to read? Tinkercadல ட்ரை பண்ணுங்க. Tinkercadல புதுசா ஒரு ப்ராஜெக்ட் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுங்க. இந்த எல்இடி இது பண்ணீங்கல்ல, ஸோ ஒன்று வந்து டைரக்ட் எல்இடி, ஒன்று பிரெட் போர்டை வச்ச எல்இடி, இந்த மூணாவது வந்து இது பண்ணுங்க. என்ன பிரச்சனையா இருக்கா? நியூ ப்ராஜெக்ட் இது ஒர்க் ஆகுதுல்ல, சிமுலேஷன் இருக்கா? Always make sure that you connect it using a breadboard. It's just a good practice. In a multiple components, when you're connecting, it will be easy for you. இது அவுட்புட் வந்துச்சா? வரலீங்களா? கிரவுண்ட் கனெக்ட் பண்ணீங்களா? சிமுலேட் பண்ணுங்க. வருதே. புது ப்ராஜெக்ட் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுங்க. இந்த இதுக்கு இங்கே போட்டிங்களா? சூப்பர்.
I forgot my laptop at my home.
Okay, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Always make sure that you are connecting using the breadboard. Yeah. The only thing is, it's just a good practice.
நான் பேசினேன் என்னன்னா பசங்க டிக்கெட் எடுக்கல ஸோ அவங்களுக்கு சொல்லிட்டு ட்ரூம்ஸ் நான் மெயின் எதுக்கு வந்திருக்கேன்னா ட்ரூம்ஸை பார்த்துட்டு பெட்ரோல் சாப்பிட்லாம் பார்த்து நீ மேப்பிங்கில் இருக்கு அதுக்காக தான் வந்திருக்காங்க.
அதுக்கு பண்றோம்ல நாளைக்கு.
அது வந்து எல்விஸ் போர்டில் வந்து ஒரு பண்ணுவாருன்னு தெரியுது எனக்கு என்ன பண்ணுறது எல்விஸ் போர்டில் அவர் மோட்டர் காட்டெல்லாம் சொல்லி கொடுத்துருக்காரு. அந்த பாட்டு வந்து எடுக்க முடியுமான்னு கேட்குறாங்க அக்கௌண்ட்
பார்த்துக்கலாம் நீங்க. இது ஹேண்ட்ஸ் ஆன்ல இல்ல தியரி மட்டும்.
எக்ஸ்பிரஷன் மட்டும் பண்ணா போதும்.
சரி ஓகே.
பிக்சர் பிளான் எடுக்கிற பிளான் உங்களுக்கு பிக்சர் என்கிட்ட ஒன்று இருக்குது அது கனெக்ட் பண்ணி சாம்பிள் வேணா உங்களுக்கு நினச்சி பாருங்க.
சரி ஓகே.
பிக்சர் கவர் பண்ணுவீங்க பிக்சர் எனக்கு
நான் பண்ணதுலேயே ஸ்டூடெண்ட் தான் பண்ணுவோம்.
ஓகே
நான் தியரி வேணா கோ ஓவர்.
ஓகே அப்போ தியரி எடுத்துக்கலாம் நாளைக்கு வேணா அதே மாதிரி சொல்கிறேன்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு 1 hour எடுக்க சொல்கிறேன். நீங்கள் என்ன ஸ்டூடெண்ட் கிட்டேன்னா அவரை கேட்டுட்டு எப்படி பண்ண வச்சுக்கோங்க அதை பார்த்தாங்க.
சரி ஓகே.
போஸ்டரில் போட்டுருக்காது அது நீங்கள் பார்க்குறதுக்கு மட்டும் வந்திருக்காது.
சரி ஓகே ஓகே ஓகே. இதுவும் தானே ஆட்டோமேஷனுக்கு வேணும். இப்போ இந்த பசங்களுக்கு இதுவே தெரியலையே, அப்புறம் நம்ம டைரக்டா அதுக்கு போனோம்னா எல்லாருக்கும் ரொம்ப இதுவாக இருக்கும். சரி ஓகே. சரி ஓகே. அந்த அப்போ எனக்கு ஒரு 1 hour டைம் வேணும். அந்த ஸ்லைட்ஸ் மட்டும் ஜஸ்ட் டு ரீஅரேஞ்ச் அந்த ஆட்டோனமஸ் சிஸ்டம்க்கு. ஸோ அவர் வந்து அந்த லெக்சர் எடுப்பார்ல, அந்த டைம்ல நான் வந்து பார்ப்பேன். நிறைய மெமரி வேஸ்ட் ஆகுது.